Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn how to prepare a pattern in Java. So this type of pattern mostly come in the interview, like how to print star pattern, where the first star 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. So from the scratch we will learn how to print this pattern, and before learning this pattern we will understand what is the easiest way to achieve this, how many loops are there, if or else condition is required or not. We will learn all these things step by step. So first of all we will understand this pattern. The star pattern is something like this. They might increase this value to 4 to 5 6 7 8. That thing we will also discuss. So first of all we need to understand rows and the concept of rows and column. So according to that we will need to add multiple loops to achieve this pattern. Okay, so these things are rows. This is first row, then second, then third, and then fourth. So depend on this we can set the value of rows like 4 5 and 6. So first of all we manually need to count how many rows we want to have. 1 2 3 and then 4. Fine. And similar way we need to count the columns. So these are the columns 1 2 3 4. So similar way we have 4 columns here. This one is row and this one is columns. So now we understand that we have 4 rows and 4 columns. So in order to print this, first of all we need to have two for loops. The first for loop will do iteration for rows and the second for loop will do the iteration for columns. So now we manually calculated that we have 4 rows to print and 4 columns to print. But the next challenge is these are not straightforward, like you can simply put 4 here, 4 stars here. First of all we need to put 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4. So in order to do this we need to do multiple for loops. Let's write the code here. I have already prepared this class with main method. So for this we need 2 to 3 things like I, j and row. Row here are 4. Okay, so as discussed we will use 2 loops which will iterate through these using row this one and column this one. Okay, so first of all we will initialize it using this int I, j and row. The next thing which we will do is we will start a loop, that is outer loop, that is row loop basically, that will iterate through all these things like this one, this one, this one and this one. Okay, so let's start a loop. So here we will start the loop from 0 and then we will make a condition like it should iterate less than row and I plus plus. So rows, what is the value of row here? 4. So similar way, if you have multiple stars here, you can increase the value here to 5 6 whatever you want to print as per your interview or as per the pattern. So what it will do we will understand in this notepad. This is the first loop. What it will do is it will start from I equal to 0 and I less than row. So this condition is getting true. Let's see here, I equal to 0, fine. And what is the value of I? 0. So 0 is less than 4. So this is also true. So I plus plus. So this loop is getting true. This is our outer loop. Outer loop, or you can say row loop, row iteration loop. It will iterate till this 4 count is achieved. Fine. So similar way we need to have one more loop which will iterate through columns. So inside this loop, we will again start another loop. If my this condition is true, then what it will do, it will start the second loop, that is j equal to 0, and then we can mark j less than equal to 1, and then j plus plus. Fine. Now we will quickly see either this loop is getting true or not. This one we already checked this, that for the first iteration this loop is getting passed. The second condition is this inner loop. You can mark it as inner loop or column iteration loop. This way you will easily understand it. J is equal to 0, that's fine, and 0 is less than equal to 1. Fine, it's less than 1, so this loop is also getting true. So if these two loops are getting true, then we need to print this star pattern. Okay, so here we will use the sysout and then print star here. Fine. So what it will do is, as this condition and this condition is true, so it will print star, but we need to go to the next line also. So in order to do that, immediately after completing the second loop, once you complete the second loop, that is your column loop, then we need to add another line so that our cursor will go from here to here. Okay, so we will achieve our first thing here. If you want, we will print here, and then we will use one more sysout. And this sysout, what we will do, we will simply move the cursor to the next line using this println statement. So right now our cursor is here. After this loop, our cursor will move to this condition. Fine. So let's quickly test it. Before testing it, I will explain you here what will happen. Okay, so in iteration 1, as we discussed, what is happening, I equal to 0, 0 less than 4, so this loop is true. If this loop is true, then only the control will go inside this loop, else it will not go inside this loop. If this condition is not true, if this for loop is not getting satisfied, then this will not work for sure. So we have to make sure that this outer loop, that is row loop, is getting true every time. So what it will do, from 0 to 4, you can see value is 0, true. The next one, value is 1, it's true. Value is 2, it's also true. Value is 3, it's fine. But after this, if value is 4, then it's not true. Then the control will get false and terminate. Then this loop will not work, because 4 is not less than 4. You can see here, we have marked this condition I less than 4, not equal to 4. So 4 is not less than 4, so it will work till this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not more than that. So fifth iteration will get automatically fail. Similar way, once this condition is getting true, the next condition is column condition. So in column condition, j is equal to 0 and j less than 0. I mean this 0 less than 0. This is also true. Next one is j equal to 1, 1 less than 1. This is also true. Next, the value of j is 2. This is also true. Value of j is 3. This is also true. But in this case, the control will not go to j, because this is getting failed here itself after 4. Okay, so let's try to execute this program, and then we'll see, and then we will do some little bit modification, like if the pattern is not 4, 3 or 5 or 6, then by simple tweaking how you can achieve that. Let's try to run this and see the output. Okay, it's not working as we expected. We were expecting this type of pattern. So let's do some debugging. Why it's getting failed? Let me quickly check it. We have initialized int I, fine. Then j and row is equal to 4. That's fine. Outer loop for this, okay, I equal to 0, I less than row, fine. Then j equal to 0, j less than equal to 1. This is also fine. And then we are okay. Okay, fine. So one mistake we have done here, like j should be less than I. Then only this condition will work, no? Because here the value is increasing. So automatically, first time this value is 0. So j is less than equal to 0. Next time j value is less, I value is 1. So j is less than 1. Then only that will true. Okay. So this is the j less than 1. Previously we have mentioned, but it should be j less than equal to I. Okay, next line. System. Okay, fine. Here we need not to println because we are simply printing it and moving the control in the after completing this loop. Hope you understand this concept. Let's try this. I hope it will work now. So we have done two corrections. First one is this second loop, this j loop should be less than or equal to this row loop. Obviously then it will work, else it will not work. We make sure that these two loops should be in sync with each other. Firstly for loop will execute, condition will get true, and then this condition will true, like we have seen here in notepad. I equal to 0 and 0 should be 0 is less than 4. Fine, this condition is true. J equal to 0 and 0 less than 0 because I value of I is 0 here. Similarly, in next time value of I 1 and j value is also 1. Similar way, this case I value is equal to 2 and j value is also 2. So 2 is less than 2. So in this way it will work. I hope it will work now. Okay, let me execute it again and see the output. Yes, this time it worked. So this is the pattern which we are achieving. We are going to achieve, okay, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is the pattern we want to achieve, and this is the same pattern we have. So quickly go through all these things. First of all, we need to manually count row and columns. Column is not required because this will work automatically according to the column. So rows basically. So in rows we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We manually calculated it and mentioned here. The first loop is for row. It will work till 4, 0 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next one is column count. So this one should be less than or equal to 4. So automatically if the count here is 4, then this will also work till 4, not 5. Once these two conditions are getting satisfied, we just need to print this star. And make sure when you are printing this star, you should not mark it print ln here. Simply mark print. And once you are done with this loop, then after completing this column loop, we need to move the cursor to the next line here. Similarly, once we print this 2 stars, then we move to cursor to this next line. So just for moving the cursor to the next line, we are using this line. So it's a short and very easy way to achieve this pattern. Similar way we can achieve other patterns also, or we can increase this row. Let's say you have one more line here. So in order to do that, you can simply increase this value to 5. Why we increase this value to 5? Because now just simply count the rows 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this time we have 5 rows and we need to increase it to 5. That's why we increase it to 5. And by just increasing this row count to 5, no other change, we can achieve this pattern. See, this time the count is increased to 5. In this way we can easily achieve this star pattern program by just using two loops I and j. For one is for row, the second one is for column. then we simply print it, and then we move the cursor to the next line. That's it. No other logic, nothing else. And iteration wise you can explain it like this, like first iteration what is happening, second iteration what is happening, and after fourth iteration why it's getting stopped, because this condition is not getting true. 4 is not less than 4 or 5 in your case, then it will get automatically I mean the control is not getting true, then it will stop the execution. So in this way we can easily achieve the star pattern program. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, just press the like button. In the comment section mention if you have some difficulties, or if you want to discuss something else, you can just mention in the comment section. And if you are new to this channel, you can just subscribe to this channel in order to receive the notifications of the new programs or SDET for Selenium, Java, Git. You can subscribe to this channel, and you can share it with your family and friends, whoever needs it. Thank you so much for watching this video. You will have a good day. Thank you so much. Bye.